it's not unusual to see a sealed retro game sell for a lot of money. I mean, that's not out of the norm. A lot of old stuff that people have interest in will pay a premium for a crispy mint new copy of it to add to their collection or for whatever reason, right? And I think there's more to it than just that. This is getting out of hand, in my opinion. It's very ridiculous the kind of money these games are selling for. Now, I'm not one of those people that look at it like, oh, you spent a ton of money. You should have spent that money on this instead. I don't care that way, but I still think we can talk about it and think it's ridiculous the amount of money exchanging hands here. Previously, we did talk about the Super Mario Bros. Wata 9.6 sealed copy selling for $660,000. I think the previous one before that was like over 100,000, somewhere around there. The numbers keep increasing with these things. Records are being broken. Do with your money as you please, but holy crap, why? What's going on here? Some of us may pay a slight premium for something like this, but most of us, this kind of money is out of our hands, and we could think of plenty of other things that we would rather spend that money on. But if people got so much money to throw around on games, and they're causing issues, I think, with the perception of the value on a lot of things. But it's their money; they could do with it as they please. But yeah, this Mario at $660,000 is just freaking ridiculous, dude. Then came up just the other day, not even a week ago, few days ago, The Legend of Zelda for the NES, Wata 9.0 sealed, $870,000. Holy crap! I give Zelda that copy, the NES Zelda game, the packaging, the gold cart, the little cutout on the box was more unique looking than the Super Mario Bros. Box. Who you decide. Which do you have more nostalgia for? What do you think is worth more? I really don't think these are worth anywhere near what they're selling for, but that's just my opinion. But yeah, that Zelda, what's going on with this grading system, man? All these people out there getting stuff graded, and I think it's inflating people's perception of what things are worth. And that could be, bad. In the end, this could just be a blip in time where like these little one-off things happen where somebody with a ton of money really wants this and they pay that money for it. But I think a lot of this might be investors. And I don't see the investment value in paying nearly $1 million for an NES cartridge. I may be wrong. Maybe in the future, 5, 10, 20 years from now, this could be worth $5 million to the right person. It's always to the right person. The person has to have that money and be willing to spend it. I guarantee you, most, if not everybody who watches my channel would have a price they would be willing to pay for this. A lot of people would, and it would be nowhere near that. None of us would be willing to pay that kind of money for this game. But not to be one-upped, or maybe to be one-upped. We had that Mario hitting that record, and then Zelda took it away. Well, we got to give it back to Mario, because Mario, he took the record back with this crazy auction on Heritage Auctions that just ended today. And you gotta be fucking kidding me, dude. Like, I'm looking at these games, and I'm like, these are not rare games. Yeah, they're old, they're sealed, they're in nice, quality, the condition's good. But I have to imagine here, Super Mario 64 was produced in the million. Like Super Mario Bros., the original one, it was like a pack-in title, and then there was, an actual release, box release when it first came out as well. And then it was a pack-in title a little later. And then, you could still find it in stores. Might be a little more uncommon to find somebody who has a stockpile of sealed copies there. But I am willing to bet this Super Mario 64 right here, even though I believe Heritage Auctions down here, somewhere they talk about how, I seen somewhere where they mentioned it, that there's only known to possibly be a handful of like nice, copies of Mario 64, but I call shenanigans on that. I guarantee you at some distribution center somewhere, somebody's house maybe who used to work for KB Toys or something, or Playco Toys somewhere. There's somebody out there, and not just one person, and not just one building. There's going to be multiples who have a shit ton of brand new factory fresh Super Mario 64 copies in a shipper box. I guarantee it. This game was like produced to death. There's a ton of them out there. This mofo sold for $1.56 million. Why? I just think that is nuts. That is intense. I love you, Super Mario 64. I would love to have a sealed copy. What would I be willing to pay for a sealed copy of Super Mario 64? I don't collect sealed copies of stuff. I just don't. I do stumble across some things every once in a while, and if the price is right, I'll grab it, but I'm not a fan of sealed copies. For what reason? You want to know the reason? Because I feel like games were meant to be played, and if I'm going to have it in my own personal collection, I want to play it, so I don't want to have sealed copies for the most part, you know what I mean? But then at the same time, there's this argument, well, if you have a sealed copy, don't break the fucking seal because it's a common game. And now you're just diminishing the value, I guess. But at the same time, I do feel there's going to be a shit ton of these like out there that get graded and hit the same, scale, this 9.8, if not slightly higher. Who knows? But I just find this crazy that a game that was produced in such numbers, like these things are selling for more money than actual like one of a kind collectible like things from history. All this is from gaming history, but it was a mass produced product in a freaking center. They assembled these and put them in boxes and sealed them in the millions. It's not. I'm baffled by this, man. Somebody help me. When you go back to like the Mario Bros, it looks like whoever purchased this, they did enable that people can make offers to them, but it says that they may not respond type of thing, but they would consider it. Make an offer to the owner of $990,000 or more. Like, I just don't get this, man. For the money that's being spent on these things, is it like, if you have the money, like I don't think this is a good investment. That's just my point is I don't think at this, level of, money exchanging hands that it's a good investment. I'd be willing to pay like, I guess I got off track what I was trying to say. For a sealed copy of Super Mario 64, I'd pay like $100, and then I would send it off to Wata and post it on Heritage Auctions and hope to get $1.5 million. Fuck. I mean, you gotta take your opportunities, take those shots when you get the chance, right? But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be willing to spend a lot of money on something like this. But then that's what part of my thought process is that with these crazy ass auctions, and I know there's got to be a lot more of these out there. This is like, are these auctions real? Is this something that's just partnered with Wata, where these auctions are faked? I mean, that would be like, I'm sure there'd be legal issues. I'm just like brainstorming here. I'm not making accusations, but I start to wonder, like, is this just to advertise Wata? Because now, like I said, this is a fairly common game, and I guarantee you there's a shit ton of sealed copies out there somewhere. Is this going to be an influx of people like, oh, I'm going to send my shit to Wata and pay them because my $50 copy of this that I found at a yard sale or at swap meet might be worth millions. And then this is just, fluffing up Wata's, business there. I have to wonder with these things, man. This does look like a nice copy. You got the hang tab and everything on there, but I just don't get it, man. If you have the money to spend and you're collecting this stuff as if they were like pieces of art, more power to you. If you're investing in it, I don't quite get it. If this is just a thing that, like, whoever won this auction works for Wata, maybe? I don't fucking know, dude. I just don't know. Like, look at all this other stuff that's going on right now. These other, like this sealed copy, 9.6, it didn't make the 9.8 cut. This one sold for $13,000. Why? Oh, that was the greatest hits one. So, sorry, greatest hits. You ain't worth as much, bitch. But some of these, it's just crazy, dude. I don't understand it. Let me know what you guys think down below. I really do appreciate every single one of you mofos. Thanks for hanging. Appreciate it. And I will catch y'all next time. Peace out. Big ass thumb button in your face. Bye-bye and boom. Bye.